Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market today, guys. Plenty of things to say. The market is moving, things are happening. Always here to keep you updated. And so let's jump into it together and let's start with the news of the day. And we have to start from London. We can give a title to this first section of the video and probably would be the Italian job. The Italian job because Chelsea have gone all in, have gone very strong onto the Italian market, deciding to try make something big happen. And so the big news of the day coming out of Italy is regarding one of the best Italian talents available in Serie A and on the market. Defender of the season in Serie A last season and also playing right wing back, left wing back, so a very interesting player, very young, playing for Cagliari on loan from Atalanta, but owned by Atalanta, Marco Palestra. If you're following the channel, a few days ago I told you, Inter are pushing to close the deal for Marco Palestra, but Chelsea are there, behind the scenes, more than Man City, aggressive to try get a deal done for Marco Palestra. And today, after the conversations behind the scenes, I think this is Chelsea's new style this summer, to try to be even more behind the scenes. We saw Cucurella to Real Madrid out of nowhere, and now for Marco Palestra, Chelsea have a deal in place with Atalanta. Chelsea have sent tonight an official bid to Atalanta worth more than Inter proposal, and they have a deal in place with Atalanta. Let's explain the situation. Inter, for the last 7-10 days, had an agreement done with the player on the contract terms, 2.5 million euros net per season, and also Inter were in advanced talks with Atalanta, 45 million euros plus 5 in add-ons, ready to close the deal today. So there was a meeting in Milano with the agent of the player, Inter president, Inter director, Atalanta director, Atalanta president, all together, same table to close the deal, but the deal was not closed. Atalanta were still asking for different conditions, 45 plus 5, easy bonuses, difficult bonuses, and during these negotiations, Chelsea have entered very strong the race for Marco Palestra. They are offering Atalanta more than Inter, a fee in excess of 50 million euros, so Inter were offering 45 plus 5, Chelsea are offering more than 50, ready to offer basically the Cucurella money, around 55 million euros, in that case also with add-ons to bring to 60 million euros from Real Madrid, and now to go all in for Palestra. The offer to the player is also very good. Chelsea are offering more than Inter to the player, so Chelsea-Atalanta deal agreed. Atalanta accepted the bid from Chelsea. Now Chelsea are waiting for the final green light from Palestra, and then they hope to have the here we go already this week for Marco Palestra. Maybe while you're watching this video, it's already here we go. I don't know. This depends on the timing for Palestra to say yes to Chelsea, and then Chelsea are ready to proceed with medical test and contract signing. But this depends on the final green light from the player. Inter already communicated to Atalanta that despite the hijack, they will not match Chelsea proposal, they will not offer more money, and they will not offer extra money to the player. So for Inter, or Palestra says, I'm sorry, I want to go to Inter, otherwise they are out of the race and the player will go to Chelsea. So that's the story. Chelsea ready to close the deal for Marco Palestra. In this Italian job, Chelsea also asked Roma about Wesley, the right back Brazilian player who last season, because of injuries at Roma, was playing as left back. So Wesley can also cover both positions. But Roma told Chelsea that the player is not for sale. They want to keep Wesley, and so Chelsea decided to go all in for Marco Palestra. Another player Chelsea appreciates in Italy is Jacobo Ramon, Spanish centre-back. Appreciated, not the only name. Chelsea have 4 or 5 names on the list for the centre-back position. I will tell you more in the next days. But Jacobo Ramon is a player that Chelsea are tracking, is one of the players in the list. They spoke to Como because of Chalobah. I told you in a video the other day. So Chelsea and Como are talking. Chalobah was asked by Como, but is too expensive for them, at least at the moment. And then Chelsea asked about Jacobo Ramon. Don't forget that Jacobo Ramon is with 50% a buyback clause co-owned by Real Madrid. So that's the situation on that one. Talking about Real Madrid and Como, on Thursday this week there will be a meeting Como-Real Madrid for Nico to understand what can happen. So the two clubs will be in discussion. Como want to keep Nico, but at the moment Real Madrid want to change the formula of the deal. So there is no agreement Real Madrid-Como on how to close this deal. So let's see what happens on Thursday. Because if Como-Real Madrid can agree a deal for Nico, that can be obviously the end of the story with Como re-signing Nico. If they can't, more clubs could join the race. Inter and not only are following the situation. And then guys, important to mention 2 more stories today here on my video. One is regarding Sandro Tonali. Many questions, what's happening with Tonali? I will be very fast guys. I saw some panic on my X account when someone said, you pinned the tweet for Tonali, then you remove, why, now it's back again. Guys, I stand by my information. Tottenham are working on a deal for Sandro Tonali. I'm only mentioning this, I'm mentioning Tottenham and Tonali. I know many others are mentioning many things, many situations, many clubs, I respect that. But myself, here on the channel, you're hearing Tottenham and Tonali, Tonali and Tottenham. Deal on, so let's respect the parties who are working on the deal, and then we will see what's going to happen there. But Tottenham are working on a deal for Sandro Tonali. And then today, guys, we have to mention again Julián-Barça. Because Hijack, the CEO of Atletico Madrid, has announced in an official statement that Atletico Madrid will take Barcelona to FIFA by filing an official complaint to FIFA for Julián-Barça. So Atletico Madrid go to court, Atletico Madrid go to FIFA, and they announce that they believe Barcelona are negotiating with a player under contract without authorization, and so they want to go all in, also legal, by filing a complaint against Barcelona for Julián-Barça. So total war, Atletico Madrid, Barça for Julián. Atletico don't want to sell the player to Barcelona. The player feels betrayed, so I will tell you more on all of this story in a specific video later on, but for sure the situation Atletico Madrid is now confirmed. Hijack, the CEO of the club, with an exclusive official statement to UEFA saying we will go to FIFA. We don't want to entertain any sort of negotiation with Barcelona. So on one side there is Julián-Barça going public and saying I want to leave, I want to fulfill my dream. On the other side, Atletico Madrid going strong, going legal, attacking. They want to clarify the situation of Julián-Barça and they want to make clear that they don't sell the player to Barcelona. So the tension is there. The situation is complicated on player side, on club side. It's a very, very tense situation for one of the best players in the market this summer. So it's not going to be an easy one to handle for the player, for his camp, for Barcelona, for Atletico Madrid, of course. But now Atleti take their public position after the player went public. Hijack speaks and says, we know how Barcelona act. We know how Barcelona work. It's not the first time. They did the same also in the past with Antoine Griezmann. That's what also they mentioned from Atletico Madrid, and now they go to FIFA. Guys, crazy hours on this and much more. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, let me know your opinion on Marco Palestra, on Chelsea Italian attack, on Sandro Tonali, on Julián-Barça. Many things are happening in the market. Here, guys, you can find absolutely everything. So like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe, as always, here to the channel, and see you soon.